Hey guys, it's me, Big Noob. I'm here to bring you another Star Wars theory on who Supreme Leader Snoke really is. And I have some, I think it's compelling evidence, but guys, remember, it's just a theory. Like everyone said, like Andy Serkis said, he's already an original character, whatever the hell that means. And we all know that they dip from Legends or wherever from time to time. And I would just like to point out that the character I'm about to mention is not canon anymore. But think about if he was. Okay, this would really apply to Snoke. So who I'm thinking of is Darth Krayt. Darth Krayt was around the same time Anakin Skywalker was. They were around the same age, and he quickly progressed. If you don't know, Darth Krayt was a sand person, and he was trained by Kai Adi and so even he had trouble training Darth Krayt, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. For when he was a Jedi. Something Het. It was something Het. But yeah. He was still alive even when Luke was and the Empire was around. And he was masking his presence. Okay, so when Order 66 came around, Darth Krayt was on a mission somewhere and saw his Jedi counterparts be betrayed by the clone troopers, and then he banished himself to Tatooine after he escaped from that planet. And so he became a Sand People and started making the Sand People more fearsome again when he returned to Tatooine. And for those who don't know, Sand People is Tusken Raider. This is another way of putting it. He made them more fearsome. And then Obi-Wan came along, and he pretty much found out where he was through the Force. And then he's like, "Nice to see you." And then he's like, "Something has changed with you. You're not supposed to be doing this. It's not the Jedi way." And then him and Darth Krayt and Obi-Wan fight. And this is when Obi-Wan was still relatively young. Luke was just born. That's why he's on Tatooine for more training with the Force Ghost of Qui-Gon. And he beats Darth Krayt and cuts off his arm. And he says, "You can no longer stay here, so you might as well leave." And so Darth Krayt moves on to another part of the galaxy. He gets a mechanical arm, becomes a bounty hunter, and is still unnoticed by the Empire, or still hasn't even been found by the Empire. He wasn't found by Sidious or Vader or any of their Inquisitors or Emperor's hands or anything like that. So during that time, he travels to Korriban and starts learning Sith secrets. He's not fully Sith yet, but then he's found by the Yuuzhan Vong, and some sort of organic creature entangles him. And then they start going to work because it was drawn to his Force sensitivity or his Force capabilities. And the Yuuzhan Vong find him, and some old Jedi Master that was on Korriban finds him, who really wasn't a Jedi Master anymore, and starts telling him what's going on, saying that the Yuuzhan Vong have replaced your robotic arm with another organic one. His eye was replaced, and he had seeds implanted in him. And during this time, that Jedi Master that was talking to him the whole time, or the person that was talking to him the whole time, was telling him that the Son of Skywalker was creating another Jedi Academy, or a Jedi Temple. And so, years down the road, he never goes back to that. He stays a bounty hunter for a while, starts studying Sith arts because he was Force sensitive, and then again, later on down the road, he creates the rule of one, which is there's only one Sith to rule, and everyone knows what everyone knows, and something like that. And meaning that the one person who rules the Sith Order, meaning that there could be more than one Sith at one time, or more than two Sith at one time, but there was only one to rule them all, and he had to be the wisest and most powerful. Well, Darth Krayt was like both. He was like the modern, in that Star Wars time period of that time, he was the Darth Bane, pretty much. You know, he was wearing krayt dragon armor. He was pretty intelligent. He was always looking to find more. He was trying to find eternal life, and all that stuff. And if you really think about it, when he was betrayed by his Sith Order, that he fell, and then he was old to begin with, and he was hit with Force lightning, and then he was thought to be dead after he escaped and disappeared. And I realized he had tattoos all over his face, but again, the oldness of his age, the being hit with torrents of Force lightning, the fall, that he surrounded himself in the Force when he fell, but I mean, he could still get that cut right there. And I mean, he's already old like Palpatine was, and then hit with Force lightning, because Palpatine's own Force lightning was reflected back onto him and deformed him. But Darth Krayt, it was straight on someone else's Force lightning, so that could have deformed him even more. So that's where that could be. The Knights of Ren could be part of his Sith Order. The First Order could be the troopers he went back after barely escaping with his life, after someone in his Sith Order, I can't remember their name either, betrayed him and thought he was dead. Betrayed him, and you know, they were in a fight, and he used Force lightning and all that stuff, and Darth Krayt escaped barely with his life. And then during that time, while he was revitalizing his physical body, he was also learning more Sith arts at the same time. And then when he made his return, the First Order could be those people he made his return with, and Darth Krayt was hiding his presence then too. So if you really think about it, all this evidence that, I mean, it took me a while to say, it could be Darth Krayt, because he would still be alive. I've explained why his face is the way it is, why that could happen. I explained the Knights of Ren and the First Order, because he made a comeback with some loyal troops to take his Sith Order back, and he did it successfully. Everyone says the Knights of Ren isn't Sith. Well, you don't. Just because you're not a Sith, and they doesn't mean that you're not associated with them. I mean, they could be a group of dark Jedi or whatever, but they could still work with a Sith. So I mean, there's that. And that's and the First Order, like I said, that could be the people he made his triumphant return with to take his Sith Order back. And yeah, so that's why I think it's Darth Krayt. You know, I don't make many videos, and most of them are of dogs. But you know, hit the like button or whatever and leave a comment, because I'm anxious to see what you guys have to say back.